Welcome to Film Study, an all-American podcast. Here is one of the second parts of our Spolivia series. Always laugh when I say that combined name. Yes, we're talking about Spencer and Olivia, and in this episode we break down Olivia's love confession, again with Carmen and Monza. Hope you enjoy it. Monda and Carmen here to talk about Olivia's confession. Bit of a series on both of them, and Spencer and Olivia, and their confessions, and some more stuff will be coming in this series. But right now we're doing their confessions. If you haven't listened to Spencer's confession, go listen to it. And here we are with Olivia's confession. But first we got to set some context.
Yes.
So in my opinion, Olivia her feelings reignited. For sure, like when she realized them, they reignited after the shooting, when they were staying up late. Spencer came to get some juice, and he held her hand.
Yeah, he proceeded to come have a conversation about him going to UCLA, and her encouraging him that this is his moment, he still should go. And she explained to him why she was up and that she's fiddling with a pillow. Mr. Spencer James decided that he needed to reach out and touch someone. So he chose to touch her hand at that moment.
He did choose to touch her hand, and she was fiddling with the couch. She was this nervous energy. She was fiddling with the couch, and he touched her hand, and she was just like, yeah, this is too much for me.
Well, then she looked up, and he was just staring at her like,
with shirt off, eyes intense. Yes.
At that moment, you don't know that she was holding her breath this whole time until she let it out.
Yes.
She let that deep breath out.
Like, go stand in the corner, Spencer, because you don't just do that. You warn her. Like, the girl can't breathe when you touch her.
And that's the thing, because now I'm like, we talked about, well, what is Spencer thinking during this thing, and I'm like, Olivia had to be thinking, like, no, because the look on her face, even though she was so happy, it was just like, no, don't,
yes,
do not do this to me, Felix.
Yes, like, no, I buried you. No, we're just friends. It's like, no.
It was like written all over her face. Like, I know, I can't, like, no.
Like, I had these thoughts way back when we first like saw each other, knew each other, but now we've come to this new.
She made peace. She made peace that it wasn't going to happen.
Very much so.
And then he came downstairs with his shirt off. I'm kidding. No, obviously they went through a very traumatic thing together, and then this happened, and he was, sharing his life with her, and like talking about this thing. So he was just like, this is what's on my mind. I'm supposed to be going to UCLA tomorrow. And she, she read his mind, and he was like so happy that she read his mind, and she was happy that he was happy. You know what I mean? Like and so those feelings just came back up. Obviously they had that moment at the end of the season where he came back, and she said, for me, and he did. And they spent the summer together. And so we keep that in mind as the next time we see Olivia is when Spencer is on the phone with her, because she didn't go to Vegas. Monda, what did you think about the phone call?
Spencer knew, as he said in his confession, if you go listen to it, he called her because he wanted her there. And so what she expected, her joke was, she eased into the joke of, please don't tell me I'm your first phone call from jail. And in her mind, she believed that he was spending his time with Layla, because the whole conversation was, how are you, Layla?
Yeah, from her end, for sure.
Yeah.
Right. How are you and Layla? Before the summer, y'all wanted to be together. And
are you having fun too?
Are you having fun? Yes. It was about him being there and connecting with Layla again, and about their moments together. But also, it also was a little bit about the two of them, because when he explained what he was going to do in the hotel, one of the things he talked about was the dumb movies. And what we learned from Jordan earlier today was that was their thing, watching dumb movies. And she said, you doing that without me? that was their way of acting. So she and in the points of like, this is us, and you're gonna do something that we do together.
Yeah, and Carmen,
space.
you said what's your favorite phrase?
What?
He was baiting her.
Oh yeah, he did. Oh, he did. He baited her, and he did it so smooth. So you had to really think about it, like the wordplay he used, like dumb movies, like, you know, she's gonna be busy with Coop all day tomorrow. Like, he definitely baited her.
The funny thing that I was gonna say is I don't know if she was expecting a call from him.
I don't think she was either.
I don't think that she was, because
she was not that soon. Not that soon. Wasn't it the same day?
Yes, the same day they got there.
Mm-hmm.
So you think that she was expecting a call from him at some point during the Vegas trip?
You know what? No, I don't.
No.
You're right. I think she thought he was gonna go there, be
and
with
have
Layla,
a good time
with Layla. With Layla,
yeah.
He thought that's probably why she really didn't want to go, because if you think about it, besides JJ, it was all couples. If him and Layla, Coop and Patience, Jordan and Simone. So she didn't want to be left with JJ.
And she literally said that. She was just like,
yeah,
wow. And so, and the funny thing is, well, obviously my joke, if you go listen to the Does Olivia Know video, but I was just like, she was just going to drink some vodka in her room and like be fine. But truly, one of the reasons she didn't go was because she genuinely thought, I think, that, you know, the peeps were going to be coupled up, and she wasn't trying to see that. She wasn't trying to be here for it.
She really didn't want to see with her brother and Simone, but she definitely didn't want to see with Spencer and Layla. Like, she knew that they wanted to be together, but so she's going to, as she did in season 1, she was going to take her friendship moment and go back to the background and allow them to be together.
Do you think she had the detox? Do you think she was also wanted to detox from the summer? Because I mean, she spent the whole summer with this man. So
no, I don't
like
think
getting, but maybe like by detox, do you mean like get prepared to like see them back together?
Yeah, like, you know, get back into the
I think so. I think so.
Yeah, that I can go with, but like just totally detoxing for him. Period.
Oh no, not detox like get him out of her system, but like the, you know, it was almost like
I think like prep herself is like maybe a better phrase. Like prep herself to see them together, and because they had been spending so much time together at that point,
the whole summer.
Like, let me click back in, like friend. And I don't even think that she necessarily had like consciously, because she was still trying to bear her feelings, right? She was still like bad. Like anytime, I think, in terms of before he had confessed, anytime her feelings for Spencer would come up and she would be aware of them, she would be like, nope, bad.
Yeah, like that's not our life. That's not us. We are friends and nothing more.
Yeah. We saw the little look on her face when he was just like, when Spencer was saying his stuff, and he was just like, Layla and I aren't together, you know, you Baker twins are pimps. And she was just like, no, but like maybe it's just because you haven't seen her in a long time. And she was still very much being the friend, like, yeah, no, like it'll go back to normal.
I think even when she showed up to Vegas, she showed up with intention as a friend and pushing him.
Yeah, but I think the first like cracks that we see is when he said something was off, and then when he shifted to dumb movies, and when she said like without me, or when he was just like, oh, or like maybe later tonight. There were a couple times it was like the dumb movies, it was the maybe you'll see her later tonight, and he was just like, no, I don't think it's gonna happen. You saw something like shift really quickly there.
And it also shifted to the point where he was like, maybe you should have came here. And then so I said what was interesting is like her coming into and pushing his curtains open is like a player move. Like she showed up like, here I am.
Yeah, what?
You called me.
Vegas, baby.
It's Vegas, baby. Let's do this. Let's and my mind was turned up, but you know, let's do this.
Yeah. And then quickly after it's Vegas, baby, it was just like, oh, so you and Layla.
Yes.
Right.
You remember he told her, he was like, you could talk about Layla since you got here.
And it's so funny because now as we talk about it, I'm almost just like, I've thought this before, but it's like crystallizing in my mind again, because it's almost just like, no, like you left the door open for too many things, and I need you to clarify that this is not a thing. And so you and Layla, right? Almost like I flight. So I need you to completely shut this down because I don't know what's going on. You and Layla, right?
Yeah, like where are you at with it? You should get her a gift. You need to make the move. Like she was very much trying to make sure that is pushed in the direction that she thought it was going to be in. So she had
projecting, because it's just like I don't even want any semblance of like we're not as in Spencer and Olivia together romantically. That's not a real thing. I don't like in her mind.
Yes.
Not at that point. No,
not at that point. And so she came to Vegas, spent the day with him again, was trying to get the lowdown on what was happening with him and Layla. And they go through this whole day, and they get to Jordan and Simone's wedding. And my girl Liv in her feelings.
Oh, it's just so.
What does Simone say?
It says, when you entered my life, it was a mess.
Yeah.
And she also talked about the point of when he came into her life,
she felt alone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When I let you into my life, I felt like what it's like to be loved in that direction.
Safe. I think it was safe too, right? Safe.
And love. And then, and you may not know this, but you saved my life. And that had everything to do with the shooting.
Yeah. So it was like when, obviously she was fresh out of rehab when they first met.
Yes. Yep.
She was the social pariah, as she self-described. And he just came through for her.
He saw her. He was like,
he saw her.
He's like, are you okay?
He came through. I need, what did she say around the cotillion? I need somebody that I can count on.
Yes.
Liv.
Right. Like from the beginning, from the first day, she has just been drawn to him. And it's just like.
And at the time when Simone is doing those vows, Liv is literally feeling all of these. Like all these emotions are coming back up that she's been trying to suppress. Like she constantly is trying to suppress
for a year.
Yes. And they were coming and she's looking at him and they're coming hard. Like she can't stop them. Tears are in the eyes too. She cannot stop them.
She like starts to look down. We always talk about Spencer and his tears, which he did have, but it was, and he's tearing up and she's like, why is he like, in my mind, the thing is, I'm like, what's hard is you don't even really know what was going through her mind at that moment. Because it was just like, she was thinking like, what is going on?
Like, what is happening at this moment? And why is he feeling what he's feeling? But why am I feeling what I've been suppressing for so long? And I'm constantly trying to suppress them. Because she once again, what a signature for Liv is two things: her shoulder shrugs and her deep breaths around him. Mm-hmm. And she once again at that wedding ceremony took that breath, trying to catch herself. Like let's refocus.
It hit her so hard that I think normally she's able to shake it and push it down, and she couldn't.
She could not push it down.
She couldn't push it down, which is why she was trying to run, but she couldn't push it down. She couldn't.
And I think the worst thing is like what I said earlier, right? She was just like, what is this? Like from the phone call, like what was that? But with the wedding, it was almost in a way that she couldn't like run from, like she couldn't like explain it away so easily, which is why she was literally gonna leave Vegas the next time we see her. Because she was just like, you're Spencer, you're not reacting like.
And do you think that she know he read her? Like, how they have this read thing sometimes with each other? Like,
I think they read each other. I think that they read each. I don't, and I think, but here's the thing: it's like it's such a weird, tight line because she read him, and I think she realized what the moment was. But at the same time, she was just like, this cannot be real.
Right. And also at that same time, she was like, let me go because my feelings are so raw and it's also both.
Yes.
So let me, with both, what he was
and I'm
feeling,
scared what I'll do if like I just let my feelings stay here.
So therefore, the goal was to get out of the room before he got there.
Yes, that was her goal.
That was
she
the
was
goal.
Going dip. She was that meme. I'm gonna insert the meme. I had tweeted this when the episode came. I was like Liv coming and leaving Vegas. It's like the guy rushing to the plane where like he slides all the makeup in his bag. Anyway.
And she literally was just like, it's time for me to get out of this space. And she said, coming here was a mistake.
Yeah, I think she was surprised when that door opened and he walked through it, and she was like, "Dang!" It was like I gotta go.
And the funny thing is, I don't even know if she was saying coming here was a mistake necessarily. Like in my opinion, I don't even think it was necessarily to Spencer. I think she was just like thinking out loud at that point.
She
like
was.
Coming here was a mistake. I gotta go. Like I don't.
It wasn't to Spencer. It was everything that was going through her head, and she was just so loud, like thinking it all. Very much so.
Yeah.
Her feelings, right? Again, her feelings are a no anytime she felt it. So she was just like, I'm feeling feelings. This is bad.
Yeah. And then she had no control. Like I said, she couldn't push him down. Normally she can get him under control and, probably pep talk herself, but it was so raw.
Heavy.
So she couldn't even, that the tears was coming out. Like, that's how you know how hard it was hitting them. Like, they couldn't even mask him. She couldn't mask it. And she knew, I got to get out of here.
But when she attempted to say, come here is a mistake, and he informed her why he wanted her there and everything. And she stood her ground. She's like, okay, let me listen to him. This is my friend. Let me listen to him. And then he did the one thing she did not expect was get the necklace she was looking at. And he offered her the necklace that she was looking at.
Yep.
At the shop that he didn't even want to go to. Yes.
A shop he didn't want to go to.
And he also said the psycho was right about one thing.
I need clarity because before the wedding, Liv joked that I paid $10 for you to get clarity and it wasn't helpful in any way.
Yeah.
And so he reiterated it to her to understand what you did was right. And the clarity is this moment right here for us. And so she had to absorb that. And so when she got the necklace and she opened it up and she does the Spencer, like that.
You got to say it right. You got to say it right.
And she whispered, Spencer, I got you.
There you go.
Spencer. That's how you say it.
So literally, the podcast is us just being
Spencer. That's how she said it. And when he went in for that kiss, this is something she has been waiting. And we said this since the hot tub scene. This is something she's been waiting for. So when he went in for that kiss, she said, okay, let's do this.
She grabbed his head.
She said yes.
She said yes. Let's do this. She grabbed his head. They kissed. They break apart. He was shocked. She was like, "I'm not backing down." And
right, like come out. Round two.
When he went in, she grabbed that head and she went into it. She said, "Listen, if I'm going to leave this place, let me at least have my fun for this moment." And that's
what I mean. She was down for a passion.
Listen, if he had continued, I'm certain she would have continued kissing him if that is all that he did.
Yes, if no one knows anything about my sister, my fictional baby sister, Olivia Baker, she loves to kiss. So look at her, the people that she loves to kiss. And she would cradle her head and kiss the mess out of somebody. Yes.
But she was not prepared for the I love you. Like,
she was.
I know we said this, but I want to lean it. Like, she grabbed his face and she kissed him back. She was just like, this is what I've been wanting. Like, it was the instinct to be like, yes, my moment is here.
Yes.
But and then when they pulled away, she was just like, wait, what?
What? Like, what happened?
Like, wait, what? You what?
Magic gone. Wrong thing done.
It's like the stop. Please stop. But the thing is, she allowed him to say what he had to say. But I have always said is that while she's listening to him, she's also
not
thinking
hearing
about
him.
Yeah, she's not hearing him. She's thinking about others because the thoughts that she had in her head before he came in the room had resurfaced at that time of why this was not. This is
why she had to run. Yep. When he said, "I'm in love with you."
Yeah.
It was like, oh my God. Yep. This is why I got to run because everybody's going to affect.
Yeah.
Why she said, "What about Layla?
She was like, no.
You're like,
if we were kissing, this is one thing, but now you're talking about being in love. Again, just like she heard it and she sort of kind of understood it, but it was like, what is going on? Like, so if you really think about it, like in her mind for the past 2 hours, I really think that was just one whole big what is going on. Insert the what is going on gif. What is happening right now?
Definitely. She was like, wait, what? You what? Wait, all the way back? You don't know when? Like, oh, no. No.
After he does that, no matter what situation, she literally said, "I'm sorry, Spencer." Now, what people don't understand is that hurt her more than anything because she's always wanted to be with this boy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. And she doesn't want to hurt. Like she did not intentionally hurt him. She didn't like intentionally like run away. She really wanted to be gone before he got there.
Right.
Yeah. And she just was thinking about other people than just him and her. Like,
and I genuinely don't even. Yeah, she was like, she didn't know where he was. Like, she could read him, but she, like I said in the Spencer video, like when he was thinking about it, she was just like, "But is this real?"
Right.
Yeah. Like, wait a minute, hold up. Like, okay, I expected it. Maybe a little feelings you felt at the wedding. We might have felt something, but
like he's getting swept up. He's getting swept up in the emotion. Like he's at the wedding, but like I can't whatever. Regardless of what's happening with him, I can't these feelings are real, and I need to stop this right now.
Because the other people involved, I've already been in a mess with them.
Right.
And I can't do this to them.
Specifically, Layla.
I'm about to say because she kind of been in the situation once before, so it's like, hold up, no, we can't
do this. Yeah, my goodness. And so she said, "Sorry, Spencer." She really wanted to stay,
right? Yes, she did.
And you see that because again, as she's leaving and going, and she's walking out, she even before she gets the voicemail, I don't even think we've zoomed in on this part, but before she gets the voicemail, she turns around am I gonna go back?
Yeah. She's thinking about it. She's definitely thinking about it.
I say that scene is two things. Her thinking about is she going back, but also seeing as if he came out.
If he came after her, because he just let her walk out the door.
Yes.
And
so she's a combination of both. It was a combination.
Yeah, and he's just is it again, is this really serious? Did he just get swept up in the moment? What is going on?
Because for, like you say, over a year, she has been developing feelings for him. So for her, it's like a process.
And in her mind, he's been all about Layla, and even the trip. Exactly. It's like in her mind, it wasn't like he was he was just we aren't together, but
there was no sign.
He's a guy, exactly.
There was nothing. It was no warning. He's in love with you. It was okay, I'm here to help, and then it just flipped on her, and it was
in a moment.
Yep.
And she just didn't know what to do with it. In addition to keeping in mind, obviously, her relapse, which creates a whole nother level.
Hope we get an answer, because she said she was going through a lot. Was she referring to her relapse? I would really want us to get an answer for that.
I assume.
You want an answer to what she was going through?
Nope, I didn't say nothing. No.
Let's not get on the NK train right now.
She gonna say conversation and NK. Yeah,
so
right.
she was listening to the voicemail.
Yeah.
She was listening to the voicemail and she got in the cab and she was just like, what do you think made her get in the cab? So instead of going back, because she could have, because again, I played devil's advocate with Spencer, I'm going to play devil's advocate with Liv. Because she could have gone back, talked to him after taking, even though it was a brief second, right? A very brief second, but after taking a beat, she could have gone back and said, listen, like, this whole thing with Layla, I just can't. And I'm still with Asher technically. And there's a lot going on right now. Even if she had said that earlier, like, there's just a lot going on right now. I don't think it's a good idea right now. Why do you think that she just kept going, got in the cab, even though she had turned back, even like after she had turned back, she had this voicemail from him, but that she decided to get into the cab anyway? Why do you think that was?
You want to go first, Amanda?
No, I'll let you go first, Twin. Go ahead.
Okay. I think that luckily she was able to let her mind make a decision for her to leave versus her heart. And if she knew she went back, she may not have that luck twice. Like, her mind was telling her to do one thing, but her heart wanted to do something else. So going back wasn't an option because it probably killed her to even leave.
So she wouldn't have had the same steely resolve that she did to leave.
Because it's something she wanted.
She would have done something.
Yes. So that's why she ran to Asher. Like, I don't know why, but that's why her flight was to Asher. Because she was trying to keep the things that.
Do you think she booked the flight to Asher before, or do you think she was like, as she was walking down the stairs? Booking?
Yeah,
because now I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, maybe the flight to Mexico is already planned.
No, that flight, because she was not planning on doing anything but be at home. That flight was not planned until.
This is all devil's advocacy.
Yeah. That flight wasn't planned until what happened with Spencer, or in her case, Spencer. But yeah, that.
Yeah. She's fat. That's one thing she is fast, because she had them flight details wrapped up. It was already added to her wallet and everything.
Yeah,
on her iPhone.
It was there.
She done put in her TSA information, like, got her points ready to go.
But if you think about it, that her having all that ready doesn't shock me if I think about the people I know that will come from like Beverly Hills and the friends that I have. They have everything ready. They're like, you want to go on the plane? Let's go now. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? Because
and also considering that she was already packing up. So she, honestly, I feel like if anything, what would make sense in my head is that to get rid of these feelings for Spencer, she had the flight when she was like after the wedding and when she was packing up to go. So she had done that, pre-confession, but post-wedding.
Right.
Yeah, I can see that. Well, she was pretty much want to be reminded of, like, her so-called feelings for Asher like that. Well, she cared about him. I'm not gonna totally.
Yeah, don't be like Spencer and forget about him.
And even maybe maybe to break up with him. I don't know where her mind was at that moment. Like,
no, I don't think she was gonna break up with him.
I don't know, because episode 1 just makes it so I don't know, unclear to me.
I think she was doing a Layla. I think she was doing what Layla did in season 1. If I stay with Asher, it will stop me from wanting Spencer type of thing. You remember Layla did that in season 1?
Ma'am, you're right.
It's also interesting though, if you think about it in Vegas, the part where the second had said something about forever love, and Liv instantly had told Spencer that's not her. And
oh my god, that was too funny. He was like,
that's what I'm saying. It's like it the way that she was taught, like, it's just so interesting from thinking about her choosing to go to Mexico and then her at the beginning of the season, because we see him come back. Obviously, we see them together, and obviously this is getting past her confession a little bit. But since her confession was a little bit after, we can talk about it. We see them doing all that, or her doing all that. But it was also, it's colored by the frame that pretty soon after things started back up, but Spencer was back with Layla.
Mm-hmm.
So just context.
Very much so.
So anyway, she found out somehow that Spencer told Layla, Layla's giving her the cold shoulder at this moment or something. They had a blowout at this part. Blah, 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 blah. Spencer had texted her. She finally goes to see Spencer at Slosson's.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I'm sorry, this is so random and having nothing to do with what we're talking about. But did Slosson's definitely got a makeover? Because I remember them having the little stage. And where is the stage? I have not seen it in the past couple episodes.
So the stage is to the far left, so you don't see it unless it comes into space.
Okay.
So it comes in and out, but it's in the far left corner.
Yeah, that was bothering me for a second.
No, I pay attention all the times to details because I have to pay attention to what NK is doing and not doing. So yeah.
I just felt like they've added more space to that space. Like it's ever so slightly getting bigger, and I'm like, it wasn't always this big.
I concur. I agree.
Sorry, that was an aside, but yeah. So she goes to see Spencer. She texts him as he's standing there.
1 second though, can we talk about how she had this man on a 3-dot rant wait for all day before she texted him, and he was okay with it. He was like,
yes, he was.
Whatever happens, she had him just on this 3-dot. Maybe I'll respond to you, maybe I won't moment. But yeah.
He had stuff to do before she got to
so let's talk about that for a second. What do you think that she was like? What were the different options of what she was gonna say, either positive or negative? What for Carmen Monda, if you could say one thing positive for pro Olivia that she was gonna say, or one thing negative for what she was gonna say, what would
Monda,
that be?
The fact you said Monda, can you say one thing positive for pro
Olivia? But what I'm saying is to say okay, let's do this, or let's not do this. If you could be Olivia, both of you, what would you say? Both positive and negative.
Twin, you go first.
Let me think.
I can say mine if you all are.
Yes, go ahead.
Negative. I truly think she would have just said what she said with Jordan, and she was just like, Spencer, I don't think I can see a future between us.
You think she would have said that in a text?
During that time, yes.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I just wanted
she was deep in her relapse at that point. So yeah, I think she would say that.
Savage Liv. Go ahead.
Savage Liv. Right. And then if my answers are such cop-ups, I think that she would just be like, can we talk later?
Okay. All right. Carmen, you have yours?
And maybe she would say, can we talk both times, but one of them would end, and I just don't think there's a future between us.
Okay.
You go next.
Let's go negative first for me.
That's a shocker.
Of course.
In a negative sense would be I'm not doing well. Note that we Asher and I broke up. I'm not in the mood to communicate with anyone at this moment. This is a lot because they don't do dialogue like that. But it'll be in that sense of I don't want to move forward in a conversation that unless what's in this complete moment. Because she's not going to tell Spencer over text.
So she would just be like, I'm not ready yet.
I'm not ready to talk. Basically, yeah. Right. Me and Asher. Because at that point, I'm not sure if he knew that Asher and her broke up that same night. And whatever, because they hadn't talked, really, right? Because he said 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks. I haven't heard from you. So that's one. And then the positive piece would be, I definitely need to speak to you. Tell me where you're at.
Tell me where you at.
Tell me where you at.
Tell me where you at.
Because I'm still trying to figure out how she found out he was at Slosson's.
So maybe text Kia.
Yes. It could be. It could have been either he called at his house, and Grace told him. It could be anything. Yeah. But yeah, basically, let's talk. I'm about to pull up. Where you at?
So we both said talk. What about you, Carmen?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think negative. She probably said, I haven't moved.
Oh? You said she was going to take it back to episode 1 when she said, I must have missed the part.
Like, it's not like it's, it's hard for me to find. I'm in the same location,
Ooh, you said,
Hey,
yours was
said
much
being
more
negative.
savage. Yeah, yours was much more savage than either
more
of
savage.
ours.
It's not. So, okay, so
I haven't moved?
I haven't moved? Come on. He knows she haven't moved.
And not only I haven't moved, I've been in the same spot.
Yes.
So come on, sir.
I mean, she did say it in episode 1, like, I must miss the part where you came looking for me. So it was like, if you really want to know.
Ooh.
Okay, so positive.
Yeah, they say that I'm the savage one, but okay.
I know. It's you say that we are the live stands and we be hating on Spencer, but that was you just you just let Spencer have it in that.
Remember, Jason,
go ahead with
said it was Carmen, not us. It was
exactly. Carmen. But go ahead. What's your positive?
The positive, sorry about it. Sorry, don't take it personally. Just going through a lot.
Oh, that's nice.
She would just say that. She wouldn't say like, "Can we talk?"
No.
She wouldn't say, "Can we talk for a minute?"
Did you really go there?
I just wanted to sing the song basically. So she would literally just say, "Sorry, been going through a lot."
Yeah.
Okay. So what she ended up saying, thanks for doing. I just thought that would be fun. But what she ended up saying was, "Can I give you a ride home?" or something. Yeah. Right in front of him, and he waited to respond.
And she was like, "You're gonna make me wait."
Funny.
You're gonna make me. Oh, so cute. That's so cute. Right? Okay. She respected it. And it was like, let's go.
Because he was like, I've been waiting for months. Right. You can wait for 2 seconds, but
But was he waiting for months? Don't even.
No, he wasn't.
Let me not.
Yes, he was waiting. Yes, he was waiting.
And I shouldn't even put that there. Listen to me, Olivia fans. That man was not waiting. Okay, let's go to the
He was waiting. He was waiting.
Yes. So she got in the car, and she said, so you know how
we tell people there's nothing between us,
right?
People.
What if there was something?
Never mind. Go ahead.
What? Go ahead.
No, I just want to know, when did they tell people this? But go ahead.
Layla and Asher. They told Layla and Asher.
Layla and Asher. We established that you do not want me to go into NK and her
and Chris, way early on. Chris.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah. How we tell people there's nothing there between us. What if there was something there? And Spencer responds to her, "Well, I already told you how I felt.
In Vegas,
and I didn't know if you left, and I didn't know if it was because you didn't feel the same way, or you were scared, or And she says it's not the
definitely is not the former.
Yeah. Do you think, again, just thinking about like what she was thinking in this moment, do you think she was like, she rushed to be like, it's not the former. I can't have you thinking that. It's because I don't feel the same way.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why he said that. Anyway, that's not about
because
me.
By that
not about him.
Ooh, okay, come back. But we didn't cover this part of his though. We didn't cover this part on his.
Because it wasn't a part of his confession.
It wasn't part of his confession. It was part of hers.
I guess.
Okay, sorry. Because I cannot let this moment go past. Here's the thing, though. Because at this point, he said, I already told you how I felt in Vegas. Yes, and then you got back together with your ex-girlfriend in the
no, we can let that go. That's okay. We can skip. That's okay.
I just needed to add that for context of what Olivia is thinking.
Right. For the context of what Olivia is thinking.
No, Liv not thinking that. Nope.
She doesn't care?
Nope. She's not thinking about that.
True. Okay, according to the writers, maybe not.
According to the writers.
But it would make sense if she was just like, yes, but also. But anyway, yes. So she was like, definitely not the former. And she says there was a lot going on at the time.
Right.
But that was then, and this is now. And what did she say?
Clear about.
I've never been more clear about my feelings. Feelings that started like when you first came to Beverly, and only have gotten deeper since.
Note that while she was saying this, she's very nervous.
I was like, say what you're trying to say at one point.
Right. Because Liv can be very savage, and she can pop off at Jordan and everything, but to tell someone, and particularly Spencer, how she has been loving him for so long, it was a lot for her. And so for her to be nervous, for her to have
like
all the
stuttering and having to like sort of start. Oh, yeah.
Yes, all of that, very much so.
So, yeah, that only gotten deeper since. I love you too, Spencer.
Yes. Before that, though, she says, us being together is not going to be a popular decision.
Yeah.
Yes.
She definitely said
can't worry about
it's not the most popular choice, but we can't worry about it.
All
we can worry about is us.
All we can worry about is us.
The way that she said that.
Yes. And then she says, and then she says, I love. Would you stop singing? And she says,
will we collide?
And then she's like, I will never let me get through this part. Okay. She says, I love you, and I love you too, Spencer. And that
or did she? I think she just said, I love you, Spencer, right?
Yes.
There was no two.
Okay. I love you,
I thought
Spencer.
she said two.
Yes, I love you too, Spencer. She says, I love you too, Spencer.
Yeah.
And because it's like as if
but it like I remember it like
she responded to his Vegas love you.
Did she say I love you too? No, I thought it was I love you, Spencer.
No, I love you too.
Okay. Sorry. Okay.
Because I love you too, Spencer. And so and for her to do that, it was like a relief that she just got it out. Like she was able to, she took a breath and she got it out, and she did that. And of course, Spencer responded.
He grabbed her hand.
And she can't even breathe when she's grabbing her hand.
As
we saw, because this was a callback to when her feelings first reemerged.
Right.
When he grabbed her hand on the couch. And so.
On the couch.
And she was just like, this is happening.
Right. And
nothing bad ever happened after that.
The smile on her face was... The smile on her face was everything, because we have seen Liv go.
And then she laughed too. Didn't she give a little laugh?
Yeah.
And both of them were so overjoyed in that moment.
She teared up. She laughed.
Right.
He was smiling. He said, "Pull the car over, girl."
What I liked about the scene, because there's a lot of people who have different opinions about Liv's confession.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have studied and analyzed Liv as much as me and Lexi have, will tell you this is true to form, Olivia Baker.
Yeah.
True to form. It was everything that she would have wanted, minus it being in a car, NK. But it was everything that she would wanted.
And
she
the
would have wanted
part that we're not acknowledging right now.
You're right. This is how this would be true to form for Olivia to tell Spencer her feelings.
Yeah.
Because people need to distinguish between Spencer and Liv's confession and note that both of them are true to form to who they are. And that Liv's confession at that moment was true to form who she is.
Yeah. And even in defense of the car for a second, it's like she can like barely like look at him when he's looking at her. So it's like, how am I ever gonna get through this confession if I like actually have to like look in his eyes the whole entire time?
I was thinking the same thing. The car gave her the distraction that she needed to confess the words that she wanted to say. It was like, okay, my reason is to look at the road, but I'm also going to tell him how I feel, because just looking at him, you think she could have got through it?
It would have been beautiful to see, though.
Definitely.
It would have been.
Would have been beautiful to see, because if nothing else, I'm gonna come out of the character of Olivia and go into Samantha Logan. If no one can pull that off in the most vulnerable and beautiful way, Samantha Logan could. So it would have been beautiful.
Definitely. Oh yeah,
it's so beautiful to see.
She plays in love so well, and Yeah, the confession was very Olivia.
This is my confession.
And she had been hiding these feelings
For a long time.
For a very long time.
Yes. At that point, what was that? That would probably have been like a little bit over a year.
Yeah.
That she's been holding that like All American timeline is a little bit over a year. Not seasons, people, a year in case one.
Yeah. Because Spencer only spent 1 year at
and it was actually just at homecoming too.
Yeah.
Like just right before sort of homecoming happened. Which is homecoming was around the time that I personally believe that she was gonna tell him how she felt anyway right off the bat. But he was previously disposed when he and Layla were kissing each other.
I was trying not to laugh around that. I was being very professional. I was being very professional in this moment. Y'all have to, those who know me, y'all, I am trying to hold my tongue on Miss Layla because it's not about her. And Spencer, it is about
Come back, Mom. Come back. Don't jump.
I'm back.
But yes, the confession was very Olivia, and Olivia was very happy in that moment. So she had left, and she felt like she explained herself well enough without telling him exactly why. Because she still wanted to keep one thing from him. But she was just like, but I've let him know that I love him.
That I love him. That I love you too.
We just need to know like where they at this moment, and hopefully we'll get
Lord
episodes. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm not going
on. Who knows? Maybe we'll know where they're at before this episode, depending on when.
I'm about to write a prayer request and put it inside the church.
Not a prayer request. That is too serious.
That's how I feel like we got to do to get it. Shoot.
No,
be like, God, do you talk to NK? I'm be like, God, do you talk to NK? Because I need you to deliver.
This is why she's my online twin, people. This is why she's my online twin.
So funny. So funny.
I just need to know. Like,
well, coming up very soon, we'll know where they're at. And
hopefully
this is pre All American Homecoming pilot. But hopefully we'll know where they're at soon. And the next little video in our series, our Spencer and Olivia series, is going to be a little team Olivia versus Team Spencer.
Yes, and it's going to be the favorite scenes of Olivia scenes from the viewpoint of Spencer and Olivia. So that will be me and Jason Dallas going.
Oh my God!
Yes, very much.
Carmen, you want to join in?
I don't know.
No, just let this come and just let this be me and Jason because he's been wanting.
Yeah. No fight. Y'all go ahead. You and Jason, y'all.
Yes, and for those of you who've ever followed us on YouTube, we're about to be the realest. But I will say this in the preparation of it, him and I have been watching the videos together, so we are prepping it in a sense of that. So we are.
I'm just gonna be a ref.
Yeah, she's just.
You gonna be the ref?
Yeah, she's gonna literally have like the outline, and we have watched every video. We watched everything together, so we literally have watched.
I might insert points for both of them.
Very much.
To be a little, but I will take off my Olivia Stan hat, maybe.
Yes, please do,
and put on your ref hat, your referee.
Put on my ref hat.
Yes,
so that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. So for anyone who has ever followed our comments, we are now about to bring this in video in podcast.
It's gonna be a fight. It's gonna be a fight.
It's not. It's gonna be a loving moment.
Who y'all got y'all money on? You know, who y'all got y'all money on? Because it's gonna be a fight.
This is getting out of hand. Getting out of hand.
No, it's gonna be a loving moment. He literally wanted to do this for the people that actually like see our comments and stuff. He's like, let's do this. Let's truly be it. Like, this is not gonna be a fight. It's more so gonna be the love and actually showing.
Okay.
There.
Okay. I'm gonna have to be
where it came from. Because I wasn't doing it if it was gonna be a fight. It was.
But you and Jason is a fight.
We're gonna be very nice.
All right.
Go ahead.
It's gonna be something to listen to. How about that?
It definitely will.
And thank you all for joining. This was so hilarious. I just the last point here. I love how we were all just like Olivia, and then we were in the mid. We were like Spencer. But we love both of them on this podcast. So
we do.
Yes.
Oh, y'all do.
That's I would. Yes,
we do.
Yeah.
We all.
We meaning Carmen and I.
Thank you. I appreciate what the we was saying.
You gotta pull money to what she does. She just have a hard time showing it.
All right. Thanks for listening to Film Study and All American Podcast. Please like, subscribe, share, all the things, and stay tuned for the next episode.